So role description is really important. Now I want you to be very, very careful here because we want to avoid
Unicorns?
we want to avoid the unicorn syndrome, which is we define this role and then we aren't thinking enough to say, I don't think that thing exists. So we just immediately then retreat to hiring the next warm body that can put a sentence together. And then what happens? I guarantee you, I know what happens.
They don't work out.
6 months later, the owner goes, now I don't know what to do. And most of the time, owners don't like to terminate people. So then they just kind of like hang on. We redefine their role. We put them in a different box, but we keep paying them.
Sometimes they don't even last 6 months. Sometimes they don't last.
Well, whatever, okay. But be careful when you do the role description, and I'm going to try to keep you very honest in this as I'm working with you on this, let's not create the unicorn. We know what the general talent mix is in the marketplace. We interface with staffing firms all the time. And so, so it's not uncommon when a business owner says, here's what I want, and I go, no.
So hire one person for one job or one role in the company, and then continue as you grow to hire a second person in a separate role.
Well, sure, and we will be doing the financial measurement on those things with you and show you how to do that to say, is it okay? Is it a right time to do that? Is it a right time to hire that job based on the contribution that we believe that role is going to give to the company? Okay, let's move on because Bruce and I have a tendency to kind of keep going down tributaries here. So the next thing after role description is, okay, well, where do I find them? Okay, you probably think about this a lot, but the where can be in a lot of different places. There are certainly job sites that you can post on. I like if you do have existing employees, you go to the employees and say, hey, we're expanding. That is good news, okay? That is good news. If you happen to know anyone that you think would be qualified for this role, tell them that we're looking.
Well, sometimes there's legal obligations to post the job publicly before you fulfill. Although if you're small enough now,
it's pretty rare. Yeah, that's pretty rare. Okay, so there's recruiting sites. We know all those from Indeed to Career Builder, you name it.
Networking circles.
Let me get through my list here. Okay, yep. Networking circles are great. Suppliers are good people to talk to. Say, hey, in the trades, this works actually pretty well. It should work pretty well in any other situation too, is you talk to a supplier and say, hey, I'm looking to do X. If you happen to know anyone, pass it on. Now, do you want to provide a bounty on a successful recruit? You can. That's entirely up to you. But for the most part, an employee, a supplier, they're just gonna keep their eye open, and which is really good. Social media works. We have had some great success with clients on recruiting through LinkedIn. Okay. Now, if you ask me, Dave, what sites have been working the best for your clients? If we're using sites, the LinkedIn has actually been working the best for people as a social media outlet. Indeed.com. I think everybody's probably heard about Indeed by now.
There's one company that was kind of forward-thinking that used Snapchat. And what they did was they geotagged a location which was on a college campus, and you had to be within that vicinity to even apply for the job. So they were finding people who lived in that college circle before they can even apply for the job.
Okay.
So there are some newer forms, out of the box thinking.
Okay. So as we said earlier, we're going to go through all these steps quickly, and then we're going to come back and go to them in more depth.
In future episodes.
In future episodes.
Got it.
Okay, all right. So the where, we understand the where part. But the reason for going through these steps is to say, hey, hiring is not just to say, well, I got this position, I'll just throw it out there in the marketplace and we'll let the ants come to the hill. No, that's not how it works. You have to be much more systematic, because we don't want you to just hire a warm body. Particularly, we don't want you to start by thinking you're going to find the unicorn. I hope that comes into the head.